All right, we're live.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. I don't know if anybody had any other questions exactly about where things left off last week, but yeah, it was pretty much a bit of a crisis situation.
We got some semi-divine intervention, thankfully,
Oh,
but we did
right.
lose
Angry
pretty
and
much.
making bombs.
Yeah, we did lose pretty much all of the recruits except for Ingrid. Also, Varai.
Yeah, and you lost Varai as well, one of his captains. And he's pretty saddened by this. Or I should say, Lord Neron
He's pretty sad.
is very saddened by this, and this last day has been, just one of grieving and mourning. They've, but I'm not exactly sure where you guys left off time-wise. What exactly you'd been doing? I know that your sister is still off somewhere.
Yes.
Protected.
She's safe. Yeah.
She's in the other universe.
Yeah, she's safe.
And
oh, that's right. We had the news of the army and all the enchanted weapons.
Mm-hmm. Some shit's going down.
Yeah, shit's happening. Things are happening. Things are moving.
I do believe the best next step after we prevented that, and which would be to secure anybody we care about. Anyone that could be considered a liability. In the best way possible.
Agreed. I had already given Moonstar one, so she's covered there.
Right.
Moonstar and Ferala are all they're taken care of.
I did give one to my sister, but it didn't make much of a difference. I just make sure that they're under proper guard. Must be by those who aren't affected by this thing.
I mean,
your
your sister did not melt, yes?
No.
I'm not sure what you meant by what you just said.
What I mean is to say... Hold on. What I mean to say is that as long as they're under your watch, someone who can't be affected by these nanomachines, because I don't think it would help to have, regular guards around them. So they can just be whatever happened to those trainees in Zerai.
Well, Naren tells you what the story we're giving out is that everybody who was killed there was killed in the fire.
Hmm.
We don't want, and I'm not even sure how to explain to people. Neuron says, what this is, what this threat is. It's like a disease or a curse. Only
it's not. I understand.
Yeah.
Something we can think about another time, but keeping it simple makes sense for me. But I do think that the next step would be to take that tower from her. Lock her out.
How we save everyone? Army's coming, no?
True. We don't know when or where from or to where. Is it here? Is it some other city?
Yes, and suddenly we've lost all of our trainees.
Indeed. And most of our, or I guess not our, but most of Neron's people were injured or recovering from the last Malus.
We have
Mm.
we do have guardsmen. We still have a few other adventurers out in the world, but no, the loss right now is simply this whole year of recruits.
Mm.
Yeah, and Captain Barai, of course.
I think the best way to get back at her is to use the knowledge that we've gained to block her out of that tower completely.
For that, we need the code,
We have that code.
and we need access to
That third or fifth floor, I believe.
yes. So
Which we have to
if you
fight
want to
through.
do that, right?
I see it as our best chance to maybe even remove a bit of her abilities. She certainly has something connected to that tower that's perhaps letting her use these things.
Well, I can get us to the tower almost immediately if we need to be.
If possible, right out front of that elevator, because I do not doubt that she might be there. Especially if she knows that we've entered before, since a few of those drow got away.
I'm not sure if I could get us through the tower wall, but I can certainly try.
We
The
were
very
teleported
least I
in there
could-
at least once on the main floor.
Oh, then I think I should be able to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to see.
Gotcha. How's your
Oh,
project coming
that's
along?
how we do it.
What's-
Not need favor from you.
From who?
He looks over to Mikhail.
Mikhail looks like almost blankly at Nock. Yes, what do you need?
Well, not really favor for me, but I think favor for everyone, really. Not here in group, but everyone, and not gestures to the ground and everywhere else.
Okay.
Not think we need use teleporter, but not everyone can pay. But need to bring everyone here.
Define here.
The Sunstone.
And then not. Yes.
You mean the town? You want
Are you trying to say to get everyone into Sunstone that is connected through the teleporter?
Not just not.
To form some kind of coalition.
But I look over at Neron. Can Sunstone support that many people?
Or maybe run away? Like in different world.
No, there's no running away from this.
Neron just kind of shakes his head. It's we can't. Yeah, we can't house everyone here. It's pretty inhospitable. In fact, we rely on the communities across most of
Pellon.
I can't remember the name of across other continents of Pellon to, trade for food and a lot of other resources that we need. I mean,
But they all
We-
die
we've-
when army comes out.
It's
Well,
1,000 or so kobolds and others with swords.
Yeah.
And we don't have
I
any
think-
information on when or where they're coming from.
if I had to guess, I would say that me and the five of you are the only threat here that this Keala is worried about.
Especially now.
There's no And this army that Ivan's been arming, I doubt it's meant to handle you people or me.
No,
Maybe-
it's meant to handle
was-
everything else.
In addition to, well, that's why I'm saying I wouldn't expect him to strike that army to strike here.
To be honest, 1,000 kobolds is not much of an army.
Hey, Cruz.
It's I mean, it's a good force. It would be
The
it
only
would
problem
be good.
there is that they're flying.
Oh, this is true. They are a flying force, but even then, they're still that's still not a very strong force, and it's fairly easy to deal with such a thing.
It is.
The problem is the support that they will have, likely Drow on the floor, on the ground. If at all. I have no understanding of why she's choosing these kobolds, but it's likely like what she did with herself and Zane, that they are enhanced in some way with these nanomachines as well.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe on their own they're not as powerful, but maybe she's enhancing them somehow.
Does this town have a wall?
Nope.
It doesn't. Oh my god.
No,
It doesn't have a wall?
The
It
desert.
is not. It is not fortified. Basically, the desert itself is kind of the wall.
True.
It keeps. There's not a lot of wildlife out there. I mean, hostile wildlife, I should say. And it's it was begun as more or less of a trading city. With utilizing the sea. There's still a lot of traffic in ships and stuff like that because although it does take more time than teleporting, it's cheaper compared to what the guild wants for several tons of freight.
Okay.
I still am
I'm gonna look
pretty
at something
firm on
here.
what we do next, and as soon as possible.
Creatures.
Need to find army,
Damn it.
yes?
Okay.
We have a book that can tell us where.
Well, the thing is that we need to understand where this army is going.
Yes.
We need more information. I mean, the scrying book is useful. I agree, but
Very useful.
we can only get so much information. Like we're dependent on where a person is at the time, and we can't constantly view a person and understand where they are at any given moment.
We can do that for a while, though, if we work together.
Yes, but a while is like it would be much easier for us to go there and find the information we need. One of the things that I kept trying to do when I came here was to find and capture one of these assassins, so we could question them and figure out. Speaking of which, and
Yeah.
I look
Yes,
at you.
Didn't you take one of their heads?
Yeah. I've got the all of their heads, and we also have this captain's body.
All right. Well, let's do that then.
Let's go somewhere private.
I mean, aren't we somewhere fairly private right now?
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, you are discussing this in a private chamber.
Okay.
In your own.
Then
Okay.
I will first. Do you want to start with the captain and then the little ones?
Let's see. What's the best way to do that? How many are there?
Should be
12.
12 total. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we do anything, we need to figure out what questions we're asking.
Where is the army going? The army of kobolds.
What is she doing to this army that's making them so formidable?
Understand that
oh.
we do need to put these in priority because there's a chance we only get one question, isn't that right? Especially...
It's possible we could only get one question.
Yeah.
More often than not, well, let's see.
I imagine the only useful one here is going to likely be the captain.
Determine or let's say...
Where's Dark Elf Sympathizer?
Who?
Diala?
You know, Dark Elf ears and
Diala?
eyes. No.
What is this? What is that woman's name again?
Who?
The dark elf.
That we have... that
Diala.
we're kind
The
of friends with?
leader.
Oh,
That's-
No. Galliama?
Keala Yama.
Hey,
Kayala. Kayala Yama. Because that's their master.
Yes.
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 What is Kayala Yama doing to the kobold army to make them so formidable?
I think finding out where they're going first is more prioritized.
Well, yes. Are there
We can
any other
assume
questions?
They're stronger than normal kobolds, but we need to know where they're going first.
Where is safe house for them? Yes. How they make the surface? Where they come
Oh,
from?
where is the dark elf base?
The nearest forward operating base.
That worked too. Or maybe Dark Elf allies.
Let's see. All right. All right. Well, you guys start thinking of stuff. I have a funny feeling that if I ask these questions to the underlings, their response is just going to be, I don't know. Because they're not going to be told anything
Yeah.
other than their orders.
Yes.
I think perhaps maybe we try asking one of them just in case they do know, and then do the captain.
Yes, I agree. All right. Well, let's start with one of them.
I'll pull out
So-
one of the heads and put it on the table.
Mikhail just looks at the head and sighs for a moment.
At least it's
Just-
head.
Just surprised my life has come to this. Okay. All right. So I will begin the spell. Okay, I make it, but I only get one question. All right, so the spell takes hold. And then I, once everything is ready to go, I ask the dark elf, where is the army of kobolds going for its final mission?
The eyes of the head kind of roll open. The mouth works for a moment. If this is something that this head knows. He says, I was told Glacier Heart.
I dare. So cold there.
Goes limp, or it turns into dust, doesn't it?
It turns to dust, yeah.
It turns to dust.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe
So-
it's false information. We can ask the same question multiple times.
Yeah, it could very well be. Okay. All right. So I will go to the next regular assassin
So
and
we
cast.
have 10 left after this one.
Yeah, I'll cast it again.
9 left, sorry.
Okay.
Another single question.
Yep. I'm going to ask it the exact same thing.
Okay.
Oh,
This is. I don't know.
dust.
Dust. Okay.
These might be good
Alright.
rolls to roll with GM, so we don't see it.
Okay.
If you, do you know how to do
Well,
that, right?
I don't mind you seeing that. I'm failing.
Okay,
You know?
that's fine. I just like.
or that the effect is I'm just rolling to see if it is something that they know. Hey, your suspicion is true that they're not all quite
Creepy.
fed shit and kept in the dark, but
Mhm,
they don't know everything.
that's fine.
Okay.
So we're on. So we had 10 heads. This would be the 8th
Crit.
head left. A crit. Oh,
The
What does that
highest
mean?
crit you could possibly get.
what does a crit mean?
I don't know.
He becomes a
It
necromancer.
doesn't. It doesn't say. I guess it's up to the DM. And I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do it to another regular assassin to ask it the
That's
same
right.
sort of questions.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for it with advantage.
Okay.
And this is basically the higher the roll, the more information that they know regarding a question you ask.
So the first question would be the kobolds, right?
Yeah. The first question would be for this one. I would get 3. I would imagine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Fuck me. I'm sorry.
It was a closely guarded secret, apparently.
I was told Glacier Heart.
That's 2 at least.
Okay. So for the second question for this regular assassin,
Safe house.
where is your home base in relation to Sunstone?
Underneath the highest peak in Pelagia.
Oh,
I got one more.
Underneath the highest peak of
Pelagia.
Pelagia?
Plush.
Yeah.
That's another continent, I believe.
Yes. Pelagia is a mountainous continent and kind of shaped in like a half moon, which is kind of the pattern of it is kind of a shock wave from the impact of the Starfall meteor. So imagine-
Pelagia.
in Pelagia.
Okay.
And he says that it's underneath the highest peak.
And you said it was a mountainless area?
No, it's mountainous.
mountainous.
Okay.
Opposite of mountainless.
Okay. What is Kalea Yama doing to the Kobold army to make them so formidable?
Kayala.
Kayala Yama.
She has mixed the blood of dragons with them.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's possible.
That's gonna dust him. All right.
It's concerning.
She has mixed the blood of dragons with them.
So we have 7 left.
So
now.
I look to to our lord here, who I'm assuming is here for all this.
Hope so.
Unless-
And I'm like,
Unless you shoot him out, yeah.
no. I look to Neron and I say, have you ever heard of such a thing? Mixing kobold blood with dragon blood?
I know that kobolds have a dragon ancestry.
Right, I knew that. I know they have that too, but I've never heard of it mixing back.
I'm guessing because they all looked a little bit more dragonish in the vision and had wings, that it means that she has somehow hybridized them
What color were they?
with more pure dragons. They ranged from browns and reds and greens.
No black.
No black.
Okay, that's still.
So, out of character, what's the standard dragon rules in this world? Do we know those? Like, is
Not
it
really.
the chromatic and
No,
colored
we're not,
and?
But I would know as a player, just to say, and our characters likely don't know exactly what's going on with dragons. But also as a player, don't expect anything like 5e.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
they're
then the only thing we know about is like the dragon
ancient
that killed
Yeah.
the Titans, but I think that's the only thing we know.
Okay. All right.
mean,
You would be the most knowledgeable as
yeah,
we
Lord
are.
Neuron says this would make your regular kobold a lot more formidable, I'm sure, but
Not
I
by
don't
a
know.
Huge margin, I don't think.
I don't know by how much.
There's only so much a kobold body could likely withstand.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
They're
I would.
still not large, and the ones you saw weren't appreciably bigger than normal kobolds.
No, they just had more. Ooh.
Yeah,
Also had wings.
I would feel like a few, like a solid platoon of archers could drop 1,000 flying kobolds easy. Just because the need of getting in
Only thing-
range.
The only thing I'm thinking of is that she's going to employ some sort of use of this nanomachines.
Right.
Perhaps they, to my knowledge, they can do a lot, so maybe it's like some sort of shield spell or something.
Perhaps that's why she struck at the most recent of recruits, maybe to dwell whatever number of archers that we could employ to fight against them.
She likely also doesn't get that many opportunities to use this stuff, and perhaps that was a test of some sort as well.
Guys, roll
You-
me I want a group knowledge check. You guys are
Okay.
racking your brains about what you know about kobolds right now.
All right.
Rolled pretty well. I don't have any.
Does it ha-
bonuses, though.
Does it have anything to do with magical nature of a creature or enchantment?
Well, I would say it's going to be primarily a knowledge thing, and probably Mikhail, you're going to want to lead it, and everybody else is going to want to roll to see if they can provide some buffs for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That's a
Mikhail, if you
21
haven't
for me.
rolled already,
No, I haven't.
let's do a combined roll because it's an actual thing. I got a 15. Is that a +1, Gerard?
Yeah, that'll be a +1. It was
I got a 10 total.
a 10 total. Okay, that's no minus, but no plus either. And Deathless got a 17. That's also
That's
going
a
to be
21. Yeah.
a 21. Okay,
Yeah.
that'll be another +2. So you're at +3.
from us, yeah.
All
And
right.
then maybe Lord Neuron as well, since he's with us, racking our brains.
Let me do a whatchamacallit roll for him.
Okay, not bad.
We'll make that another +1.
+4 from
So
the
you're
group.
you're at +4 to the roll, plus whatever you wanna.
All right.
push it to?
You so you have advantage on all knowledge rolls to recall information. Is this recalling information?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. So +4 bonus on top of this with the knowledge that I have right now. So that's going to be +8. And I'm going to add, I read a book about that once, into it as well. So
Damn.
that's going to be a 37.
Good. All right. What you know about kobolds, they are not frontline fighters. You don't make an army of them.
Right.
What they are is sneaky and devious and fast.
They're
And
flankers.
With those wings, they have a lot of mobility. Or they would have a lot of mobility.
Mm-hmm.
But even making them more dragon-like is not really going to improve their offensive capabilities very much, because they are small and they aren't strong creatures. But it would heighten the other things that they are good at, like being fast and being sneaky and maneuverable.
And increasing their intelligence, I bet.
Well, if that's the case, then it sounds like if this is going to Glacierheart, that it's less of an assault and more of an infiltration.
Sabotage of some sort.
But why would they send them to Glacierheart to do that? What's in Glacierheart that would need to be sabotaged?
Isn't Zane in Glacierheart?
You know he's near there.
Why don't we check on Zane right now?
Okay, I pull out the book. Zane, show me Zane the man.
Ooh, crit.
A crit.
Ooh.
You again, it shows a view of the tower in the mountains that seem to be his base of operations or some such.
Derek, are you okay?
Yeah, do you need a good drink of water?
You sound really rough.
My throat is really raw. I don't know exactly why. Give me a quick break. I'll get something to drink.
Yeah, we can wait.
Yeah.
It just sounds painful.
Yeah, you sound like you're ill.
I assure you I'm not, but I don't think I am. But
All right.
It does sound bad to me too. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm glad you said something, because I was about to.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I should say something.
I was just waiting for him to, like, clear his throat. So we got Zane. We're looking at him. Critical. We still have 7 more heads, including the captain.
Yeah, I'm wondering what other questions we should ask to get whatever information we can get from that.
Let's see here.
So we know generally where they're going. We know what she's doing with them. Maybe we ask the leader where or what exactly they're doing at Glacierheart. If we don't find out already with this.
We could ask to see. I guess we kind of know that. We could ask to see what their ultimate goal is. Do we know what they're all working towards in general? Like, we know that they're trying to do something with the Titans, but maybe there's a mantra they know about?
Well, we know that they're trying to release some of them, whatever's
Yeah.
like.
Is she
left.
trying to control them, or is she just trying to release them? You know?
Yeah, maybe we get that specified a bit more.
Do they know about any, workings with, what's his name? The guy that Nock is cared about.
Ivan?
Ivan. Is Ivan involved with them in any way that they are recognized?
I'm already friends with Ivan.
Are there, other than the main base, are there any strategic strongholds that they keep?
Like way into Underdark? Or secret codes?
Do they have a teleportation network? If so,
How to
where?
get into base?
What? All right. I think we have a couple more questions to ask. But are you back, Sherlock? I thought I heard him. Maybe it was his cat knocking the phone over.
I'm back. I found some throat lozenges.
There, you sound a bit better now. That's good.
Yeah. Some sparkling water or something?
Yeah.
Do some mouth exercises. Me.
Watch him break it in song.
All right.
We scryed on Zane with a crit.
You did indeed. You still feel the resistance of some kind of barrier.
Okay.
And then the view changes and it goes into the tower. And you see a man. He is a strong-looking, rugged man, but built very different from how Ragnar was built.
Okay.
He's more. He looks older, and he looks pretty much more on the lean side. Like he's much more of a
fighter.
A dexterous or finesse fighter than a brute force fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And see exactly what he's doing.
Does he look sick?
No, actually, he looks like he is in good health.
Look,
he's basically he's standing over a table alone, looking at a map, and it looks like a map of Northholm.
That's where Glacier Heart is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
whoa.
Anything
Why?
stand out on the map? Like pieces where game pieces are, or like, you know what I mean? Like movements or whatever?
Yeah, there's, of 3 major cities on
Northholm.
One, the majorest being Glacier Heart, and then there's Beacon Vale, and then on the southern coast, near the southern end, what is the name of that silver? I'm just gonna call it it's a town on the Silver Coast probably called Silvertown. Are the main cities there, and they all have kind of a chess piece sitting on them. They each have like a rook chess piece sitting on them.
Those are the only pieces on the board.
Yeah.
Guzman will take out some parchment and do his best to sketch out just make a note of where each rook is on the map.
Yeah, it's basically one. There's one on each of those cities.
Gotcha.
Keep watching, see what he does. Is he just staring at it?
Let's see here. After a moment, he puts another chess piece down, and this one is a queen. And he puts it down somewhere up between Beacon Vale and Glacierheart, a bit to the east of where Barleybrook was.
A bit to the east. Is that where the mountain is?
No. As far as you can recollect, that's where the Titan
Tower
is. Facility
Or
is.
facility, yeah.
The floating Titan facility is.
Let's see.
Okay. I keep holding the spell as long as necessary.
Okay. After a bit, a woman comes in and kind of sets down two plates of food and sits down at the table and eats with him. They share no real conversation for a long time. And finally, she looks up at him and she says, "What are you going to do now? You can't go back. If you go back, they'll probably kill you." And he kind of shakes his head at her. He says, "There's nothing to go back to. I have a few men. Ragnar had a few men. The rest we lost to Keala. And my men are loyal, but there's no going back to anything. I'm done. I'm done with them."
Maybe the blood plate is no more, or at the very least, significantly dwindled.
Do we have a way of sending a message to this man?
Zane?
Yes.
That's not in my wheelhouse.
Niron.
What boss think?
I can get a message to Glacierheart and then off to his area. There's a couple people I know that know where this is.
Seems he's not on the best side of Keala. And he's been working with her for some time.
I mean, I could... It would be difficult, especially with whatever ability that they have. I'm wondering if the same pressure that comes from using the book at times would do to this, but I might be able to put us in that room right now.
Look.
Oh,
It'll be a surprise for sure. And he's certainly going to be something to worry about, but he's not nearly as prepared as Ragnar, especially if we have pair. But I think he might be able to listen to reason.
Are you sure?
If
Not those-
anything, to kill him and speak with him, yeah. In the way that we can. Otherwise, maybe
Okay.
he'll be forthcoming with information.
Okay.
Hey, this is just an idea. We don't have to do it.
I mean,
Do it.
I'm just saying I have the option. So if you want to do it, I can attempt it.
It might be worth trying. Cosme, what do you think?
Ideally, I'd like to be a bit more prepared before we try this, but if you're confident in it, then I'd be willing to try it.
Knock.
Aki's invisible.
He went invisible as soon as we started
Oh.
talking about it. Well,
But yes.
All right. So I will do some domain card swapping. So let's get rid of that in exchange for that one. And then Slow Arcane Brent, Wild Flame, Magic Hand, Mysterious Myth. Alright, I'm guessing that's it.
we've had a long
So-
rest between the last session and this one, right?
Oh yeah.
Mikhail will pull out a piece of chalk and draw a circle. He will make sure that he has... Now, before he goes, before we do this,
Huh?
I'd like to confirm the amount and strength of the grenades I made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
How much powder did you buy again?
I bought
Three bags? 3 barrels?
6 bags of gold worth.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was three barrels.
Yeah.
And using that book that I bought a while ago about
Making explosives.
making explosives,
interesting.
I make some grenades. As many as I can before this moment.
Okay. So you've basically had a. I'm gonna say you've had two days at this point back in town since getting those
Okay.
to build things. So
Would 2 long rests. I was able to clear my HP and my stress. Is someone else able to do a prepare?
Yeah, I probably would have done that,
Okay. then-
I would have done one as well.
as well as
Well, no, I take that back. No, I wouldn't have, because I would have been making grenades. Never mind.
Nock would watch you make grenade.
I probably would have like I said in the thing, I probably would have upgraded mine and Bosa's armor. I would probably upgrade it to my armor to the 1 tier above what I have already. I'm not sure how Bosa's armor would be upgraded.
I have a lot of health and stamina potions, so I'm good.
That's right. That's right.
I have no money right now because of that.
I know Bosa's armor right now is at 4 and he has 3 slots, so I don't know what the upgrade of that would be from getting that.
I don't
Just
think it's
finishing up the
worthwhile.
bombs, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
give me a roll, Mikhail, to see how well you create the bomb.
Nock lets you borrow the dagger.
Thank you.
Bomb
Okay.
making
And Nock
We'll
watches.
we'll add. I read a book about this once as well, because I very much did read a book about this.
You're currently reading a book about it.
Yes, you did.
So
Almost an open book test.
Advantage?
ugh. Oh, I get advantage on this?
I
Yes.
was questioned. Okay, cool.
Because you do have a
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Open book test to me sounds like advantage.
16, 17, 18, 19, 27.
Oh,
You got a lot of bonuses there. That's good. You still roll with fear, so you're not going to get the absolute best result, but you definitely succeeded.
Knock knows a little bit now.
I'll share that book with you.
Knock just nods.
Still a good roll. Just fear.
Yeah, these will explode for 5d10.
Oh shit!
And how many?
And how many?
In those 2 days, roll 2d4 per day.
Okay, so
If
that
Knock
would be
was there, could Knock have helped them? Even in some limited capacity of like, oh, just move these here.
All right, roll
Oh,
2d4 plus 1 per day.
There you go.
so whatever this is plus 2.
Yeah.
13.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you've made 13 5d10 grenades.
All right.
Those are insane.
Well, I don't have a lot of ways to do like
No, I'm not saying it's,
decent damage.
I ain't complaining.
Oh no, no one's
We're
complaining.
not complaining, no.
Okay, add custom equipment name, thrown grenade.
This is a pseudo class change to artillerist, right?
Yeah,
Grenadier.
the bombardier.
No, these are fragmentation grenades.
Correct.
Oh, so they
They're
sharp.
going to do physical damage, not elemental.
Mhm.
Right.
Or not very much. There will be some heat, some possibility of lighting things on fire, but it's mostly
They're frags. They're not incendiary.
it's they're yeah.
Making new and weird grenades comes later.
I think during that process, Cosme would give you his sling to help you lob them just a bit further.
These they're kind of hefty. They are they're bigger than like a World War II grenade. They're about the
Like
size. Each one of them
softball.
Full,
about the size of a softball.
full
Yeah.
2 pounds or something like that.
I mean,
Do
you
they
can
have
carry a shitload of them in your bag, but
Yeah.
Put on.
Do they have any AoE?
They're pretty big.
Do they have any AoE to them, or are they single person?
Oh no, they're AoE.
Do
Okay.
they fall off because of a shrapnel?
I'm just gonna keep things simple and say that they have a 15-foot radius
Okay.
of that full damage, and then
Okay.
you know, and a a save versus half of it, and then things outside of that range may take a bit more, may take a bit of that damage as well, but
Grenade.
Circumstantial.
they're
30-foot
pretty-
spear kill zone.
they're pretty destructive.
What if you're this is another circumstance question. What if you're able to throw this and it gets right underneath your target? Does it just count simple or
I think a lot of that is just going to be circumstantial bonuses circumstantial
Yeah.
stuff that'll happen during the time. For right now, just being able to say it's going to be a 15-foot radius,
is good enough?
5
make
to 10
decisions?
blast is enough.
Gotcha. All right.
And did that use all of the black powder I had?
No.
No, you went through about a third of your supply.
Okay.
A third of it, and you made 13. That's pretty good.
So I
Not-
have
not
essentially 4.
barrels of black powder. Not
Okay.
not just little powder kegs like a gallon or something. These are like
Shipping container barrels.
50-pound containers of black powder.
All right.
They're
So
like,
I'm gonna put in my equipment list 4 bags of gold worth of black powder. So we'll keep it simple. It's not going to be on me, but it's going to be mine back home.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
In the
I was-
secret room, right?
In the secret room.
I thought Mikhail was putting them in the bag of holding, and I was going to suggest don't ever put fire in the bag of holding.
No.
he can fit he could fit
All of it.
all 3 barrels in there, but nothing else.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, that's still a surprise.
All right. Black powder containers.
And you have the emergency escape medallion, right?
Yes.
Did we... Perhaps... Yeah, we'll do that when we get back. If we can.
Yeah. Start making copies.
Yeah, that seems like an important thing to have.
Yeah, he attempted to, but failed this week.
Yeah. I'll need to.
He can check. He can make a check once a week to try to make more of them.
Are we at the end of the week? Like it's a Saturday?
No, this is from when he started.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're doing our teleport, right?
I would like to see
resolve his
what
armor, right?
Yeah, the armor upgrades I got.
What armor do you have currently?
I have improved leather armor.
Oh. Yeah, there's advanced and then there's legendary.
Alright, I probably would have upgraded it to advance, and then I would see what options there were for Bose's armor.
Okay. You can get. They were trying out barding, like plate barding. You had a bit on his neck.
Yeah.
To test, and he does have more of that if you're or the rest of that kind of set if you wanted to
Get him in full plate.
Yeah, I would look into
fully barded out.
Yeah, I would try to get him kitted out with that.
Okay.
Just
you know how to have bows in plate now. It's just standard. It's not improved or anything like that. But
okay. So just the stats for the plate equipment then.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put that on them. How much?
Base score of 6.
Oh, okay, 6, and how many slots?
That is up to Sharon.
Because he had 3 slots previously.
Okay. Well, then it's going to give him 4 armor slots basically. It's going to give him an extra one.
Is the full plate gun to affect him in evasion and agility, or because doesn't he just use Cosme's?
No, Bose has his own evasion.
Oh, in that case, the feature of full plate armor is very heavy, and it's -2 to evasion and -1 to agility.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, with that, because he uses my agility, not his, so I'm assuming it wouldn't necessarily affect
agility. No, yeah, it wouldn't.
Okay.
It's yours.
And that suit of plate mail for him is 2 bags of gold.
All right, and how much was for the advance for mine?
And this is leather?
Yeah, leather.
Let's see. That roll. It will be 8 bags of gold.
All right, how much bags are in a chest again?
10.
10? All right, then I will exchange the chest for bags, and I will get 2
Oh
bags.
shit! Guess what released during our stream? The Shogun
What?
pack.
For
I
this?
have no idea what that
I
is.
don't know what that is.
Basically, it's Japanese tile and stuff like that for like the buildings. It's a tile set for Tailspire.
Oh, for Tailspire.
Yeah,
Nice.
they just released, so we could make the that dojo that we made now in Tailspire.
They're nice.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. New dragon and then 2 samurais and a crane miniature. Sorry, I got an update on Twitter.
Neat.
Not Twitter. Tailspire. I don't use Twitter.
All right. Let's see where we think that. Okay, so that's you got your armor, and that was the cost for it.
How much evasion are you getting with that, Cosme?
It's just a
For
+1, usually gambeson.
yeah, for the leather, I don't think it hinders nor aids for the evasion.
Mm. He just
But
gives
I've got
more armor.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of domain stuff that adds to my evasion, so I'm good on that front.
I see. How much does that give? Advanced leather? How much evasion is that? Like,
It doesn't give you any
4?
evasion. Only
Oh,
gambeson gives you
none?
evasion, and you only ever get +1.
Let me see.
Yeah, even if you go to legendary Gamson, it's still only +1 evasion.
Unless, you roll for an item that gives you a bonus to evasion,
I see.
And that would be like finding a magic item or something. I'm sure maybe you can get leather armor enchanted if it had the ability to maybe get a bonus, but that's separate. But you resolved your armor, Ikozmi, right?
Yep, that's it for me.
Okay. Mikhail's good. Noct,
Yep.
or anything else you need to do during that downtime we had between last session and this one?
No.
All right.
Locke was mainly concerned with the survival of, like, cities.
Yeah. I don't think we have to worry about it right this moment. We might be able to get more information on it by teleporting, though.
Well, let's hope I can actually do this.
You got this, man.
Okay, so now that we're all good, draw the circle. Everything's solid. Okay, so, Shirak, I need to know which of these things equates to which of these things equates to what we're gonna get for this. Is it, do I know the place very well? Have I visited frequently? Have I visited the place infrequently? Only been there once, or never been there? When I'm looking at it through the book.
And we looked
Right.
at it for like 30 minutes. Close to it, right?
Yeah, this is going to be the second one down, the second one you listed. So it'd be
Place frequently.
Yeah,
Okay.
frequently. Because you're currently looking at it, and etc.
Okay, so I don't
You
think
like
any of my
a war room type room, right?
It's just kind of a living room area that he had that table and the map stretched out on. And
They're going to
It's-
be in for a rude awakening.
his wife or his girl, his lady friend, and he are sitting at a side table eating dinner next to a fire.
Okay.
Surely no one expects us.
No. I'm looking for a tower.
I made it easy.
Alright.
So it should put us, unless he's got some sort of weird defense that I'm not aware of, it should put us right in that room.
Just theater of the mind.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a defense against what you have just done.
No.
He's been relying on nobody being able to see into here to even do what you're doing, what you have done.
Oh, I can do this. Keep going.
But yeah, no, you all step into the circle and appear in his home, in his room.
It's a tower, right?
Yeah, round
Is?
is good.
We'll just use this as kind of like a facade. And we need a...
Fireplace. There's a
map.
stair, a stair going down and a stair going up.
Oh, okay. And then a stair going down, right? Okay, and then we need... Okay, and then... picture that table, right? Maybe off to the side. And then there's a food table they're eating at, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as we get there, and it's a we see him, he sees us situation, Mikhail's going to be like, parlay, parlay, parlay.
And I'm just going to be visibly with, Ragnar's shield and his skull on my shoulder.
Well, it's not like people identify him by the skull.
True, but his shield might be
Right.
identifiable.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like, this guy's small.
yeah.
What if we got a name tag? Like,
Well, didn't Freya write his name in runes on
In
the skull?
giant, yeah, but
That's
it's alright.
if they can read it.
I would imagine if he identifies anything, it's going to be the shield that I'm carrying.
Yeah.
And then there was
Cosme would have put bows in the containment before teleporting in.
Gotcha.
I figured.
You just want
It's not-
is this
not
a
a very
human
big-
woman?
Very big place.
Human
Yeah,
woman?
Ragnar's human too, but you got a creative figure there, I guess.
Oh, you mean Zane? Yeah.
Or is it not Ragnar, but yeah, Zane.
I will use this guy then. How about that? He's a bit older. I know it looks like a druid, but that's the best one I could find. Yeah, that's the best one I've got for right now. On a short notice. And we pop up where? Right there?
Don't know where there is.
Oh, it's right over here, guys. You guys can see it now?
oh, you put us. It's on the same map. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just off to the side a little bit. All right, so you're saying parlay.
Yeah, parlay. Total parlay.
Yeah, my sword is in my hand, but I'm not. He'll recognize the sword, actually, huh?
Hold
Is
my
it
staff.
drawn or just in your?
It's in my hand. I don't have it up, drawn at him.
Yeah.
So you have your
Cosme
hand on the
is
hilt.
carrying-
Yeah, essentially.
Cosme's carrying his staff in the walking cane position, not the smacking position.
Warlord Zane.
Yeah, he jumps to his feet and moves the woman behind him.
We are not here to attack you.
I'm glad to hear that.
We're just here to talk. We're just here to talk.
We
Well, you have me at a disadvantage. You know who I am, but I have no idea who you are.
are a problem for Keala. Which I think could be helpful to you in some way.
If you're a problem for Keala, and I am treating with you in any way, then you are death for me.
Maybe we could be the opposite for you if you're willing to listen.
We know what she does. What she can do to people with magic unknown. She can't affect us in that way. Perhaps we can help you out in that way as well.
Are you talking about her tiny machines?
Nanomachines are what they're called. Mikhail is a bit more... I'm sure a little bit more understanding of what they are.
Yeah. They're tiny machines. That's a good enough explanation for it for right now.
True.
Well, all I know is that right now she can't spy on me. Unless you have done something in getting here that has disabled that.
No, we just have a very... Go ahead.
We're just able to bypass a little bit of that, but the point of the matter here is that It seems like you don't care for her. And she is having some problems with us, too. She's done some pretty terrible things. And I believe the saying goes that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Maybe we could come to some sort of agreement.
We can protect you and your woman, if that's who she is. Seem to protect her.
And we can free you from the grip of this Keala.
Mm-hmm. Those machines be removed from you.
Well, the machines that are in me now, they've already done their work.
She probably left more in. There's nothing to say that they can't activate and turn you to melt. Which we saw
We have
happen
a
to a
dozen-
couple people.
Yes, we have a dozen or so bodies that prove that it can get much, much worse for you.
It could. That is why I say I am a dead man. If she knows I am treating with anybody and about her in any way.
Okay. I look
Whether
at
she
Mikhail.
uses her little machines or not.
You say
she
you're
has
done with
many-
this place. Is that right? You have nothing left in this world?
I am done with the Blood Plate Brigade.
That's fine.
With the death of Ragnar, I wish to have no more ties to anything that they have done.
That's understandable. You have
Did we
information, is that right? That could be useful to us in fighting this Keala? You don't need to go into details. Just yes or no.
I don't know what would be incredibly useful to you.
I look over at the map. That Queen's
All right.
Place.
If you know that she has her machines and that she has her sorceries and that she has her alliance with Malagoth, then there's nothing I can tell you that will even more forewarn you of how dangerous this woman is.
We really would do well to know where she is and what this whole thing about this kobold army of hers, or whatever the hell it is.
Do you know anything about that? They're being sent to Glacierhold.
At least we think so.
From accounts of deadheads.
If she is ready to move, then you'd better prepare.
Where's
She has a
moving to?
plan in the works to destroy every teleportation stone of the guild.
I see.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's perfect. I say that's reason enough to save him from whatever possible things we can.
Okay.
She will bring this world to its knees.
And then we'll cut her head off. Just like I did with Ragnar.
And as far as where she is, I have no idea. The woman can teleport and she has the entire labyrinth at her disposal.
What about this army? Do you know where it is?
I do believe she was breeding them beneath Pelagia. But as far as where they'll strike everywhere at once.
You? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I will pull out the communication disc and
Just ask, see if
bring
she
up-
can transport 2 of those wafers.
I will ring up Abigail. Is it possible that you have 2 more of those discs to help with nanomachines? We have a few people that could use those protections.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to roll. she says, I have more. I shall have Andromeda deliver them to you now, if that is all right.
Appreciated. Yes, that would be all we need.
They just like appear in his hand.
No, actually, a woman appears in front of you.
Oh.
She is a lovely raven-haired woman, willowy figure. She looks like she's no older than 20.
Are you Andromeda?
She kind of gives you a smile and a bow.
Thank you so much.
She opens her palm, and there's a couple more of the wafers on it. Did you? I know you saw what I did. Did you? Did that impress you at all?
Incredibly so. And
The look on her face was very worthwhile.
mhm. And
We appreciate your assistance. We wouldn't have. There's much that would have happened if not for your help.
Oh, I'm having a wonderful time helping.
just amazing. Thank you. Okay. Zane, and who is she? What's her name?
This is my wife.
These wafers. These things needs to be placed upon your skin, and they will protect you from any extra interference.
Andromeda kind of turns to them and says, they'll work. They'll keep you safe from whatever else that bitch is doing. And with that, Andromeda vanishes.
Now, they weren't relaying anything as far as Nock is concerned, right? Back to whoever, no weird hand signals, no magic going on behind the party's notice.
He's like investigating the wife, I guess.
Yeah, just making sure that they're not like communicating, open up weird channels.
You're not seeing anything. She looks frightened.
Okay, so she's preoccupied, cowering behind Zane.
Yeah, she's kind of ducked behind him, and
There's no weird like hand gestures
got her-
going on behind.
No, she's got basically both of her hands are kind of entwined in the shirt that he's wearing.
Okay.
He's not even armored right now. He's just
Relaxed
Kinda.
zone, right?
he's just kind of relaxed and doing his thing.
We'll place it upon the table. You want me to do it, Daikosme, or you've got it?
I mean, you, by all means.
I'll walk over and place the one wafer on the corner and the one next to it. You just simply need to touch it. You and her. One each.
They do. They take the wafers. He takes one, which immediately dissolves in his hand, and then he places the other one on his wife's hand, and it dissolves.
You are now protected from her little machines. Though, of course, she still has access to magic and whatnot. You needn't worry about any latent changes to you.
That's somewhat of a relief.
Yes. And I can say and look over at Mikhail that your enchantment to prevent watching is quite powerful. But we got lucky, I think. Is that right?
A lot of this has been luck.
True. So, Zane, you can stay here, but we have to go back to Sunstone.
So,
About that?
about that, Skylar did not see that it was once per long rest.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Good to know. Alright, looks like we're staying the night.
I'm sorry.
How far away is Glacier Heart?
I'm gonna say it's about midday now, and that you can get there sometime a little after nightfall.
Okay.
It's the first time I've used this spell.
Oh,
It's alright.
It's all good.
I do think that we should send someone back right away to get a hold of Neron.
Oh, we can just contact him.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Maybe he has questions for Zane.
I'll contact him and get him in on this conversation. If he wants to ask anything of Zane.
Yeah, Neron asks, exactly how is Kayala planning on destroying all of the teleportation stones of the guild?
That's a very good question.
I imagine with the machines. What do you think?
Well, I mean, me, the player, has a vague idea of how the teleportation rings work.
Zane says, she has several schemes in place. Some are just going to involve merchants that she has charmed, bringing in, laden loads, and somewhere inside of them being, several kegs worth of black powder. Some involve the kobolds coming in at night and doing similar things with explosives, maybe her little machines, etc. But she plans on destroying the capability of the Silver Sages to easily teleport people around the world, isolating every community and making them vulnerable.
And like Neron said, Sunstone is reliant on this. So, what's the best thing we can do? Maybe shut down to essential travel and inspect everything?
Yeah, I would assume that the best thing to do in this case would be to increase the guard, check every single thing that comes through trade-wise.
Yeah, at the door of the gate, at the door of the building, maybe even like a few hundred feet out of it.
Yeah, like create a new boundary. Maybe even, as much as I hate to do this, is it possible spell-wise to create something that lights up when a certain race crosses a line?
Sure, that's possible.
It'd be something you would have to kind of make. I don't know if there is an alarm kind of spell of any kind, but it probably
nothing that I can see. But I mean,
like
that to me seems like a very simple spell to make. I would wonder if we could drop a few more modifiers on top of it and increase the size to like a building.
What might be best, Mikhail, is perhaps we go to Starfall, where your people are, and contact your archmage or whoever's in charge. This is a big deal.
Yeah. Is Starfall like the place for the Silver Sages?
Yeah, it's their main base.
Yes, I would want to go there and speak to.
That's where they're basically their college of magic is, and as well as several other standout locations.
Then we go now.
I need to go there like anyway and inform them of everything I've learned. Because I've done, I mean, I hate to toot my own horn, but I did make the frickin' malice detector. And I would think that that's a fairly large thingamabob.
You're also a now 3-time rift breaker, so they have to listen to you.
Yeah.
They know who you are.
Yeah.
Give it weight.
Yeah.
Let's
We've-
go.
But I haven't gone to the home base in a while.
Yeah, and we're
How
going
far? Yeah. How far away is Starfall?
As far as we have to get to Glacierheart, I'm assuming, because it's linked to the teleporter.
Yeah, we would need to go to Glacierheart and then use the teleport. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Starfall is you basically are in the western hemisphere, very far up north. You're actually above the Arctic Circle right now. And Starfall is an equatorial continent about the size of Australia.
Okie dokie.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Zane, if you would let us out. I don't know where we're only familiar with this room.
Yeah.
Or a secret way out if you don't want us to be seen or something like that.
Or we could stay and then knock on.
No, we don't
Close.
have the time.
He kind of has a secret door kind of behind the fireplace.
Okay.
And it opens up on a ladder that's kind of built into the wall going down. And he says, if you follow this down, this will prevent me from having to explain your presence to my guards.
Perfect. Less people that know, the better.
It leads to a tunnel that'll exit in a stand of trees. So you'll be safe.
Okay.
No one will see you.
All right.
Let's make our way then.
And before we go, or I'll be the last one to go down because I'm assuming it's a bit of a squeeze. It is?
It is a bit of a squeeze, yes,
Okay.
for you.
I hope this tower remains a steadfast place for you. Be careful.
I want to thank you for. He kind of holds up his hand where the where the wafer absorbed into his skin.
Of course.
This does ease my mind a bit.
Of course. She tried to take my sister from me, and that did not go well for her. We've got
You're
the
lucky.
biggest wrench we can to throw into this problem. Yes, lucky I am. And then I'm gonna start comically squeezing into this little...
You
Now, let me get
basically-
into this clown car.
Yeah, you basically kind of have to lower yourself in and squirm downwards. You can't really bend your knees to like use your legs on the ladder. So you're kind of like
I
lowering
wonder,
yourself down by your hands.
is it possible to put Freya in the containment thing? So, like, can I go
No.
down? No.
It only works on bows.
It's very rare that I have a problem with size, but I just wanted that little moment anyways. It's great. Alright, once we get out to the trees...
Yeah, you get down and out, and you basically get down at the bottom there. There's kind of a bit of a wine cellar and stuff like that, but nothing really of value. It's just kind of some
Old wines.
some shit like that, and follow a tunnel that goes probably about 1,000 feet, and then exits upwards into a what looks like from the outside it just looks like an old stump that's in the forest. It's cold. There's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
It's
Still have
still
our cloaks though. Should be good.
yeah. I'm just saying that setting the scene
I gotcha. Sorry.
rather than saying, yeah, no, it's
Start
you.
making saves, guys.
Ikosme will pick up a few branches for some projects, maybe in the near future.
I'll make sure whatever entrance that or exit we used is nice and covered back up, or whatever we need to do to make sure it's not easily findable. And all right, let's go to Glacier Heart.
Yes, let's.
Okay, off we go.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, a little bit after nightfall. You get, well, just as it's getting dark, you get to a familiar area near where, you know, you can identify the peaks and stuff like that, and make your way over to one of the northern entrance of
Glacier
Glacier
Heart.
Heart, which is just the same one you exited and entered to get to that Malus that was up here.
All right. Head straight to the tower, or not the tower, but the teleporter. Keeping an eye out for anything suspicious.
There's actually, as you enter, you notice that there's quite a lot of commotion in town. There's a lot of people running around.
What's wrong?
Something's out of sorts.
Are they panicked? Are
Say to
they
the
yelling and
nearest person.
screaming?
What's going on?
Pretty panicked. Yeah, the nearest person you ask says the entire Silver Sage Hall has been destroyed.
Fuck.
What?
Jesus.
Wait, what?
In this
Like,
town.
Yes.
It's
I
started.
rush there.
Let's go.
Yeah, we follow.
It's rubble. I mean, the ceiling has partially collapsed. There's still... It looks like it happened
Moments ago.
recently, within the last several hours.
Hmm.
They're still pulling bodies out of the rubble, and there is no sign
I'm gonna get.
of where where the Silver Sage Hall was.
Gotcha.
It's just rubble.
I'm going to immediately contact Lord Neron and tell him this.
Well, he says I've got guards, and I've warned the Silver Sages. And they're they're not letting anybody teleport out. In fact, their doors are closed right now.
Good.
But they can't prevent anybody from teleporting in from another city, from another Silver Sage port.
Well, technically they could, but it would be a very bad idea, Mikhail says. He goes, they could erase the circles.
Or move?
Like, how long does it take to create the circle? Didn't you say it, like, drawing the circle takes, like, a month?
Yeah, it's a several month process.
Well,
To make these circles the way that they have, so that it's something that just can be continuously reused.
Lord Neron. Do you have a way of contacting the leader of the Silver Sages?
I can try to get word to them.
However,
I don't have a way of directly contacting him except for going through the director here in Sunstone.
I don't want to ask again. She seems like she wants to help a lot. Look over at everyone. Perhaps Andromeda. We need to get word to as many of those places as possible. It may also be too late.
You should wait.
There's nothing I can do as a Silver Sage to... There's no, like, emergency spell or communication or any... Well, I guess they would have done it if they could do it.
Yeah. I imagine they died instantly as soon as they got teleported in.
Yeah,
So-
they're just right now. They're just pulling out dead bodies that look like they're partially blown to bits.
Do they know exactly how it happened? Did, like, someone warp in and then kamikaze blast the area?
I'm sure we don't know. It just blew up, and this is the response.
Your guess is it looks like explosives were used, and a large amount of them probably in the center of the whole hall, which to me or to you sounds like somebody teleported in with a cartload of explosives and just blew it.
What's the possibility of if this place is down, then wherever that stuff came from is likely been taken over. I'm running out of ideas on what we can do.
So...
yeah. Each one of these teleportation things is connected that you know of to the whole network.
Yeah.
Right. It
So-
becomes like a web that runs along, I would imagine, some sort of ley line network. And each, well, you know,
We're not going anywhere anytime soon unless we're asking help for help.
I know, I'm trying to think of a way, like, I'm wondering if there's, like, a keyword or a closing, like, rune or the circle. Could, like, part of the circle be broken just to render it inert?
Well, as Neron said, they do have a way to deactivate them
Just need to get
so that
word out.
they cannot be used, and it's a temporary measure of some kind. It probably has something to do with being able to partially disassemble them.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a thought. No, that's overkill.
I think the best
lay it
person to
out.
talk to about all this is perhaps the leader of your guild.
Now, the best person to talk about this is the person who's granting us magic.
Elara.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to try.
Like, how hard would it be to shut off magic for, like,
That would be
4
bad.
days?
That would be
Then-
very bad.
I
Then
mean, just make
I
an
would
eclipse.
assume you wouldn't be excluded from that.
No.
Well,
Right.
if it saves lives,
Yes, but what are we going to do in that interim? Nothing. We can't teleport. We can't go anywhere. That's broken. We'd have to travel, which would take months.
how far is it from
We're on
Starfall
another.
from here?
We're on
Oh yeah, it's another
continent.
continent. It's another continent. Okay.
Pretty far.
Could Elara deliver a message?
We have.
I see why not.
We have a wonderful friend who can teleport between dimensions at seemingly will.
All right, if she's
If
game
she's
to
game,
do it,
yes. Let's ask. It's not going to hurt for her to say no, of course.
okay. I know we just asked you to teleport between dimensions to deliver us a panacea
Interesting.
for 2 people we barely know. But could you also like deliver this tweet to them
Well, we could also just go to Starfall.
if she can get us there?
Let's
Can
ask.
she? All right, well, let's ask. I don't see. I can't do it. Cosme, let's go. Chop chop.
Yep, I'll pull out the, the communication
Yeah,
disc.
whoever's got the walkie-talkie.
I got that walked up. Yeah, we'll pull it out.
It's It is kind of an emergency too, so
Would it be possible to get us to Starfall?
stop laughing. It's not funny.
Why are you laughing?
I could give you a big heavy sigh and say 1 moment, please. But,
I
No,
know. I'm so sorry.
and Andromeda appears in front of you again, kind of. She got her arms crossed, but she's got a smirk on her face. Said,
They're destroying our
have
entire
they-
teleportation network with
have they shut-
kamikaze bombs.
they shut down the taxis.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
They shut down the taxis. You know what?
We don't know what taxis are, and I just know that that's some sort of insult. In any case, you're jesting, I know. If you are able to help us get to Starfall, it would be very appreciated.
Yes. She looks at the rubble, and she puts her hands out, and every single bit of it lifts up off the ground and starts stacking.
Oh, that's how you're gonna do it. Okay.
Honestly, I think this is probably the best option for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's watch.
In a matter of minutes, she's cleared all of the debris and separated out the dead bodies.
I'm guessing
and you
people
know-
are just like in awe of what's going on.
I would think so.
Yeah. There was a lot of crying and murmuring and such. Everything's basically gone silent as everybody nearby is just watching this. And sure enough, in the wreckage, there's like chunks and bits of wood, and she pulls it all out telekinetically and kind of sets it all down, rearranges it really quickly, and you can see that it's the remains of a cart.
Hmm.
Oh.
But she finishes, and then turns back to you, all of you, and says, "Where do you need to go?"
Starfall.
Okay. She teleports you, and you all end up outside of the Silver Sage building there. The main teleportation hub building. There's a lot of Silver Sage buildings, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
But yeah, you end up right there outside of the main teleportation hub, and you see it's on lockdown.
Good.
They have mages and warriors, adventure or guards.
So they already know, but
Standing
still.
standing there. The doors are closed.
Appear in front of them.
Yeah, you guys appear about 20 feet away from them.
That's good. Good.
Okay. So I
We follow
awkwardly
you, Mikhail.
make my way up to the main gates and the guard there, and I'll say, yes, my name is Mikhail Pruitt. I am technically an initiate, and I seek to speak with the Grand Archmage, please.
What you know is it's the rulers, the leaders of the Silver Sages is a council of 9 mages.
Then the
You need to speak with
council,
the
I would have
council.
asked.
Yeah.
I need to speak with the council.
He says, right this way. I'll have to send word to them that you're here and see if they're available to see you as soon as possible.
Let them know it's regarding all this teleportation business and the one who's doing it.
Well, they're having an emergency meeting right now to discuss this. We've lost 6.
Damn.
Well, we know who's doing it. We know how they're doing it.
Why they're doing it.
Why they're doing it.
Well, he kind of escorts you to a waiting room.
Okay.
Kind of pretty lavishly appointed, but sets you down and then says, "I'll be right back." This is a kind of
One of the scholars.
a scholar functionary kind of person.
Okay.
And they come back a few minutes later, down a long hallway, and say, "Okay, the council will see you now,
Right.
since you possess information that's pertinent to what they're discussing."
Let's go.
All right, Mikhail. Let's hope you're ready.
I've got your back.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to set up meeting and all that crap.
It's in
Not just go
progress.
inside door.
Yes, well,
Rather than sending a letter.
they are very busy people.
Well,
I
You're-
head in.
business.
You're escorted into a room, and there is a large round kind of conference table in the room, circled by the 9 mages in their tall back chairs.
Oh
you can
God,
see-
they're all there.
Oh yeah, you can see that there are each of those mages has at least 1 or 2 like aides, standing behind their chairs, taking notes, running around, running dispatches and things like that. The table that they're sitting around is made of a black stone, and inlaid in the black stone in solid gold is a dragon. Their homage to Ferdal. But one of the mages kind of stands and beckons you forward. It's a very big room. Beckons you forward and says, and says, "You are Mikhail Pruitt and company?"
Yes. Greetings to all of you. I bring relevant news to the current situation.
The current situation. He gestures at the table, and you see from where you're now standing closer, there is a world map, and on that world map there's 3 X's placed that mark off apparently where teleportation networks are down. Glacier
All right.
Heart, Beacon Vale, all of the ones in, basically it's all of the ones in Northholm, one of the ones in Pelagia, and 2 of them in Verdant Reach. So far, the one that's in Sunstone and the the ones that are here in Starfall, there's 3 here in Starfall total. And there's one other in Pelagia that is still active. But apparently Northholm, the largest, most populated continent, it's completely shut down.
So Mikhail takes a nice long deep breath and he begins to explain. And he explains pretty much everything.
Ooh, we lost Knock. Ooh. Made a little bit of a round table. Something, at least.
So Mikhail starts talking about the various malices. He starts talking about our good friend Kayala Yama, and starts explaining her situation. He tosses the book. Well, he shows the book. He'll hand it to any of the members that want to look at it, and explains what she was trying to do. That he was able to stop it with himself and the aid of his companions. He explains about what they've encountered so far. He explains about the issues with the tiny machines, the nanomachines. He explains about the kamikaze bombing that's possibly coming in through genetically modified kobolds with draconic blood and lots of black powder, it seems. He explains about just as much as he can say. The only stuff that he kind of leaves out is them going deep into the Titan Tower. Because he's not quite sure he wants to give that out to the general public just yet. Though they're probably smart enough to deduce it on their own.
Yeah. Basically, he says that what this is a lot. Some of this is news. A lot of it is good information for them, and things they didn't know about. Right now, we are shutting down the teleportation circles and moving them out of their cradles, so that even if people on foot or kobolds on wings get in, they won't be there to be destroyed.
Good.
But we've lost fully half of the teleportation, and Northholm is completely cut off right now. Except for those of us that are able to personally teleport there. They have a lot of questions about the little machines that you warned them about.
Yeah,
In fact, the whole table kind of wants to digress and discuss the threat
Mikhail.
of these things.
While they're all kind of asking questions, I whisper in your ear, Mikhail. Perhaps you try using your goggles. Maybe there's something odd going on here.
he'll pull out while they're discussing amongst themselves and figure things out, he'll pull out his Malus goggles and just give the room a sweep.
Yeah, it doesn't detect anything.
That's good.
They all look like mages for the most part. You reckon? Yeah, well, they all are mages. You recognize most of them as people you have run into in your training,
Yeah.
etc. When you were, doing your schooling here.
Some Dumbledores, some Gandalfs,
Oh,
some Fizzbands.
Some
I
Oz's.
just grabbed every magical character I could.
Yeah, they're basically an assortment of of mages, of various kinds.
So far, my one of my favorite things in the Dungeons and Drakkenheim setting, they have a council of mages for their group of wizards and stuff, and one of them is constantly on the moon, and one of them is made out of nothing but paper, and one of them's a vampire. It gets really crazy, and I love it. But
Please tell me one of them is a brain in a jar.
Is he a paper mache?
something like that, yeah. It's kind of ridiculous.
What anime was that? Do you remember?
What anime? About what?
There was an anime that had a paper mage that did everything with paper.
Oh, there was one in Naruto.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about the guy who kind of reincarnated in another world, right? And
No, this would have been older.
Oh, older.
Yeah, this would be probably a pre-2000 anime.
I can't.
And I just remember there being a one of the main, and it was kind of like what you described. That was everybody was a mage, and they all had very different arts, very different schools, but one of them was able to just animate paper and do anything with it. Basically, it was crazy. Really cool stuff. Sorry, I'm digressing though. But I'm not saying that these guys all look normal. But yeah, they're all basically. You know what? It might be Read or Die.
Paper Master from Read or Die.
I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar. I think I remember that. Yeah,
It's a 2001 anime miniseries about three sisters who can manipulate paper and become bodyguards for Nene Sumugawara. Maybe that's not it. Sorry,
Yep, that might be it. Read or Die sounds familiar.
Okay.
Okay.
But no Malus or nanomachine through his goggles that we can see?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Once or twice, Mikhail will get off topic and start talking about his research and his findings. He will explain, like, he'll start going into, yes, I was searching while I was in this particular location. I found this thing, and it was actually really interesting because blah 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 blah. And then someone will probably shove him, and he's like, "Oh right, but anyway, exploding kobolds, right?" And when it's
sorry, go ahead.
Well, he'll explain as much as he can. He'll tell as much that he knows about the nanomachines, which is
limited.
A limited amount. He'll talk about they seem to have a sort of hive mentality with a.
We would have also told them that Kayla has spies everywhere that are dark elves, likely in disguise.
Yeah. And that's pretty much, he tells them as much as he can.
Without divulging anything about...
We don't tell
them anything about the tower or Abigail and Andromeda.
Yeah.
Right. We just, I don't want them to say, the Silver Sages are now going to go, and the Titan Tower is property of the Silver Sage Society, and we're going to explore every last inch of it, and blah, 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 blah. No, Mikhail doesn't want that.
Other than you guys, Neron and Keala, and two of the surviving captains, nobody knows that you guys went into that tower.
Yeah.
Anchors.
And as far as you know, from the last you discussed it with him, Neron's housing all of the people you rescued, but he's keeping them pretty much in isolation.
Good. For right now, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
I say we get our rest. You guys work on this teleportation problem, and then
Work
I say
with
we.
guild, yes.
I say
Council
we.
work with my guild.
Possibly, but what I say is we do the initial goal that I had this before we started moving on.
Right,
Everything.
right.
We go there,
Yep.
take care of it.
I agree. The longer we put it off, the more likely Kayla will figure out what we're onto.
Knock, if you don't quite understand, that's fine.
If we go there, no more helping anyone else for a
No.
while until we finish there.
Yeah, we need to do that. I feel like that's the best thing we've done. We tried to prevent something from happening. It just feels like we're 2 steps behind. We need to get 2 steps ahead.
Yeah,
agree.
Knock is right that once we go in, it's going to be a while before we come back out.
Yeah.
I think it's best
Anything
we
will
put
be
our.
left behind. Not gonna be helped by us or anything else.
I think it's best we put our faith in our allies this time. Let them handle things for a bit while we try
We're
our best
aware
to get an advantage.
of the threat. And there's only so much we can do as a group, especially with these teleporters down. Maybe we can do more once we've done what we do.
Well, you know that Pellon has basically, and the Silver Sages has tried to do this, make it so everybody's relying on these teleporters.
Yeah.
To get around and communicate. You know, the only other way that you know that people have to communicate quickly over long distances is using the fungal faithfuls that they're called. That they're kind of an organization of.
But didn't they, like, preside in the Silver Sage Towers?
What's that?
Didn't most of them preside in the Silver Sage Towers?
There are, there are some here. There are several in every one of these hubs of civilization.
Right. So they do have communication.
Can be used to communicate.
All right.
I'm,
So they
I'm
can propagate
imagining,
the information that we've disseminated.
I'm imagining like a 1917 scene with like a fungal just trying to get to a fucking teleportation circle to make sure people don't blow up.
All right. So we is there any questions the council has?
As I said, they thank you for the information. Most of their questions revolve around the nanomachines.
Yeah.
They initially, think it's pretty preposterous, and but then they kind of loosen up and say, well, if it's true, it's true. We have to figure out ways to combat that kind of thing. But yeah, basically they're in a lot of turmoil. They're trying to collect information from all different parts of the world. You see people coming in.
There are fungal yet in here?
Constantly. There are no fungals in here. You do see people coming in, aids to various mages, handing them, bits of paper, notes, and stuff like that. Communiques.
Is there a place we can rest for the night?
Certainly. There is a guest quarters here, and one of the aides of the main mage you've been talking to, kind of escorts you out and says, right this way, and leads you up a flight of stairs and down a hall. Everything's very opulent, not gratuitously so, but it's wealthy. There's no disguising the fact that this is a very wealthy guild.
So this is where you originated from, Mikhail, or were taught?
I trained here for a few years after I started with a master apprentice situation near my hometown for a while after the situation with my father, and then once I got to a certain point, I came here, and I was here for the foreseeable, for a much longer period of time, and my intention was to be a researcher and a craftsman. And then, in order for me to step up beyond initiate, I was to have some form of field experience, and that was
The start of
The-
everything, huh?
that started everything. And at some point during all this, I was supposed to come back here to turn in my findings and my success,
Get a
And then-
promotion, huh?
and then step up to journeyman so I could get my focus in research and crafting and
As he's
possibly
telling me this,
creating new spells.
I'll
Yeah,
call
you
out
basically
to the,
haven't been back here to do any of that since you left for Barley Brook.
I'll call out to the mage leading us, and do you hear all of this?
It's not a big deal. Honestly,
No, hold on. This mage you have here, he needs to be promoted. He's still considered an initiate.
Also,
Yeah.
tell boss work with guild, yes? Funnel
He's-
information, don't forget. Or not find you.
What? What are you talking about?
He kind of stares back and forth between you and trying to make sense of what Nock is saying. And it says, go. It turns to Mikhail and he says, when you've got a chance, go to the administration hall, let them know who you are and what you've done, and I will go back to my master and get a letter drafted about the aid that you have just brought us,
Excellent.
and we'll do what we can. They'll do what they can for you.
That's all we can ask for, I would assume, right?
yeah. This sort of thing kind of happens from time to time in times of stressful situations where really it's supposed to take, like, once someone has done something, they've got to be vetted, and they've got to make sure that what they did was actually truthful, because there has been situations in the past where initiates were sent out to do something and they came back and they said, oh yes, I totally did it, and they in fact didn't do anything. And
we have people.
We have people that
We
can
have
back
it-
up your words.
We have
I
Lord
know
Miran
that,
and-
but it means that the Silver Sages are a little more hesitant
Yeah, there's
to,
bureaucracy.
and
you have to get through.
it takes a while before
Yeah,
a promotion is served.
There's definitely a considerable bureaucracy here. However, you did note that everybody seemed to know who you were and what you had accomplished already, and the things that you were saying were pretty much taken at face value.
Right.
Your
So
words, your name's been...
you were given a lot of credit. Your words had held weight,
Mhm.
especially during a crisis situation.
All right. Let's take our rest,
There you go.
and if you can prepare your spell.
Yes, absolutely. And I would set about doing that.
All right. Well, we'll off to our respective rooms then.
All right. Take our rest.
All right.
Take your rest.
If it's possible, I want to see if I can fashion together real quick with both my sling and the wood that I collected from leaving Lord Zane's place to see if I can makeshift some kind of slingshot.
You don't have anything elasticy, stretchy.
Would I be able to find any here?
Possibly.
And I will pursue that, however, wherever that will go.
A bunch
Give
of
me-
mages, they have to have something weird.
Dried slimes.
Slime.
They have to have something weird.
One of these days, I'm just going to lift an entire anime world and make it a campaign.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Give me a duality roll, Cosme.
Sticky roll.
Stick roll.
Elasticy roll. Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
20 with hope.
All right. Yeah, you actually going through several different artificer shops, places that sell supplies for people building devices and things like that of magical or intricate arcane natures. You do find some strongly stretchy elastic, rubber. I don't know what the right term it is.
Yeah,
for
some
it.
kind of.
But it is a magical bit that stretches and has a lot of snap to it.
Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. And I will fashion that together, and
You can get enough of it to make a decent slingshot for about let's go for 5 handfuls of gold. It's not a good substance. It won't decay, and it has a lot of modern elasticity features to it.
I will hand them a bag, and I will, as soon as I see that it is in proper working order, I will go up to Mikhail's room and I will knock on the door.
I will answer the door.
Mikhail, I know that you were working on a little project with the powder, and Cosme is a bit shy because he doesn't usually do this kind of things, but he will pull out the slingshot. I figured with my staff I won't be needing the sling anymore, and well, it's nothing compared to what you do for us, but I hope this will help you with your new project, and I will give you the slingshot.
Will the slingshot work with the size of the grenades?
Kind of. They are really big.
Kind of better than a no.
And he did make a pretty oversized slingshot for the purpose of being able to launch those. So it will let you throw them out to far range.
Okay,
There you go.
that's pretty good.
That's pretty fucking good.
All right, wow, okay. I'll need to practice with this, but yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
you'll need to practice, but it basically gives you 100-foot range on them.
Good lord.
There you go.
Thank you very much. I will definitely make use of this. And ideas already start to come into his head where, like, he's wondering if he could, like, make a... Oh, man, that's so One Piece, though.
Go
Make
for
a
it.
staff slingshot, a magic staff slingshot.
Go for it.
Kabuto.
Nah. Alright, well, yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
We start
course.
calling you God, Mikhail. I'm sorry, bud.
Nah.
You mentioned One Piece, so
Yeah.
in any case,
Who's got that kind of time?
to watch it.
I'm just waiting for it to
What is
end.
it, like 700 some odd episodes?
Try
Oh,
more
no,
like
it's
1200.
Yeah.
I watch One Pace is what it's called, so it's an edited
Mhm.
down version of it. So,
I'll stick with the live version. I enjoyed that. I hope they'll make more of it.
They are.
yeah, it was confirmed.
In
Second
fact, they
season.
showed off the actors who are going to play some of the new people.
Chopper's gonna be in the next season, right?
I just
Mhm.
couldn't. I've tried watching the anime a couple of times. I just
Chopper's
I
the only character I'm
can't
worried
get
about.
into it.
They did a good job with the seagulls, though.
Chopper is, I believe, going to be CGI'd,
Yeah,
Of
that's
and
what I'm
they've already kind of shown him a
Yeah,
little
didn't they
bit.
show like his back or something?
They showed him like from behind.
It's the
But
face
they've got
that we're worried, right?
right.
Yeah.
They want another
But they've
Sonic.
yeah.
The original Sonic.
But the whole thing, the next season, I think, is going to be all the way up through the deal with Crocodile, which
Yeah.
so we're going to meet Chopper, we're going to meet Smoker, we're going to meet
We got a lot of
what's
people.
her arms lady whose name is escaping me.
Oh, yeah, her. I don't know why her
Mhm.
name's escaping me either. She's one of my favorite characters.
Nico.
Um,
Robin.
Nico Robin, yeah.
Robin.
We're kind of getting sidetracked. We had our
Yep.
long rest.
Yeah, you eat your long
It was
rest.
part of the dream.
For my long rest, I will look at my rope that I have. I don't have anything else to do.
Spend the hope, gain the hope.
All right, let's go to the tower. Let Lord Neron know we're going, and that we will try to get it finished as soon as possible.
Yep. Once we've got all of our ducks in a row, I'm going to guess the tower is going to be a place I know very well.
Before that, how about we scry on the tower in that room that we're going to?
Okay.
Make sure we don't have a dark elf waiting for us.
15. Man, I just keep rolling with fear.
I mean, your tower just got blown up, so
It looks vacant.
Yeah. It looks vacant.
Let's go.
Lovely.
Oh yeah. No problem. 25.
You are now in the tower.
To the tower we go.
I will spend my feature to give myself some more evasion, and I will spend a hope to cover Bo's armor in a bunch of thorns.
Okay, I don't need that. That might be useful. Oh, yeah. And then
Okay. I got us over here, right? Hail knock. Boss is in your pocket.
I would have taken him out because I'd used my domain thing to give him some thorn armor.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's go. We let Neron know, of course, that this is what we're doing.
Says, okay, good luck to you. So far things are quiet here. We got everything locked up as tight as we can.
If you need us for any reason, or if you need to contact our friends, you can reach us through this, I assume.
Yeah, you do know that talking to him from that device that you use to talk to him with when you're in the tower, you got
Interference.
a fair amount of signal loss. It's not. It's just
Interference.
mostly it's just things are. His voice comes through a lot quieter.
Alright. Go over to the elevator, right?
Yep, and I'll tell Master System, hey,
Let's go up a
we
level.
want to eventually get access to the 5th floor. Can you plan us out a path to get up there through
The challenges.
whatever security we need to get through to do that?
You must go through the challenges.
Very well.
I understand. Just plot us a course, or we have to go through those challenges and set it up.
Each floor is operated independently from me.
Okay, then send us up to that floor.
I just imagine what I'm asking for is like a line, and it cut every time we go through a room with a challenge. Like if we would go through that challenge, we would continue on through the line that it sets up and just go through there.
We'll find
Uh,
the house when we get up there.
Give us our Final Fantasy 13 hallway.
What she tells you is that you will be presented with the challenge upon going to the 2nd floor. When you complete that challenge, you will have access again to the elevator and to the 3rd floor. And there will be another challenge there.
Right, it's only one elevator.
Okay.
All right. Brace. Freya will stand at the front of the door.
At the front of the door. Okay. The list shuts. I haven't prepared this, so I'm going to start with some theater of the mind, and then I'll have to prepare for next session. But I can do an entry to this for you.
Okay. So we still have. What are we at? Hour and a half left? Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, if we end early, so next week it's more detailed, that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that either.
I can work on the map
Yeah.
with you if you want to have extra time tonight to work on it too.
Oh, I'm really wiped out, but I think you can hear it in my voice. I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just wiped out. But
Gotcha.
the elevator goes up a level.
Okay.
You see through the windows that they're just all blacked out. The door opens, and it opens on a forest. Blue sky, everything. It looks like you're outside of the tower. Except for the fact that if you step out, you'll see the elevator continues to go up and vanishes about 200 feet above your heads into what looks like just clouds.
I start, like... I don't go very far. Like, maybe half a dozen steps or so.
Okay.
But I just, like, touch things and see how real we're talking about here.
You touch the grass, it feels real.
Oh, so there's even the forest smell then.
There are not forest smells.
Oh.
But the feel, there is a breeze. You step out, and a black rabbit runs across your path and stops in front of you. And
My
it kind
sword
of
is up and ready to strike.
Uh-oh.
looks up at you, and he said, and it speaks.
What the?
What does it say?
I'm late.
I'm gonna be late for the tea party. Oh no.
My name is not Alice. You need some water, rabbit.
Well, my throat lozenges are gone, and I'm out of drink, but my throat is just like drying out at an incredible rate. But the rabbit doesn't say any of that. The rabbit says, "To pass this challenge, you must defeat the Ogre King.
Where's
He is in the castle within the forest."
Fun. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
And with that, the rabbit just scampers off into the bushes.
Oh, good king, huh?
That's convenient.
Well, that's to explain what's happening to its test subjects. Otherwise, that's not really a good test, huh?
Unreal that they would make such environment so realistically. And it kind of like runs his hand through the grass to see how real it is.
This is an incredible simulation.
It feels like real grass. You break it open though, and there's no sap or anything,
Oh.
and
Maybe
it doesn't.
the machine, huh?
And it doesn't smell like real grass, but
Yeah.
it has all the properties other than actually being a living thing.
Yeah,
It's-
just 100% synthetic.
Yeah, it's synthetic.
We must have.
That's why there's no forest smell.
Yeah, there would be. I mean, the trees are large, big oaks, full of leaves. The forest is dense. Basically, about 100 feet out from the tower, the forest begins.
So we need a castle in a forest.
Yeah, it's basically going to be a castle in a forest, but shit. Yeah, I've gotta basically build more of this other than what I've already determined that's going to happen. Now I've got to spend the time to determine. Honestly, I didn't think you'd end up jetting back here as quick as you did, but
Oh, good.
quite all right.
What was the more likely outcome in your
What-
mind?
What did you think we were gonna do?
Right.
I just didn't know that you would prioritize coming back here as much as you did.
There's a lot going on, and I think this is the best way.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking along the same lines because it's just like we can't keep actively reacting to every new thing that pops up. We've got to make some kind of headway with what we were doing.
We need
Right,
to deal her a blow.
And nothing. And admittedly, if you can get her locked out of the tower,
That's
that would
huge.
be a big win.
We could likely, if we are able to do this, we could likely turn on the system and like lock her out of all of the systems across the planet.
It's possible.
They are all connected.
Yeah.
Yep.
So essentially, that is what you would do if you can activate this thing
Yeah.
safely
I like
and have that kind of control.
the addition of the word safely.
Oh, I'm sure
Well,
we're gonna be challenged here. It's
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
mess.
There's definitely an if.
well, at the very least, if I wind up having to perish during a fight, I won't. So
Like, you're safe. It's everybody else.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just rely on me to take the damage. Do everything you can to do that. And
I'm gonna blow myself up.
no.
I'm gonna take one of those grenades and throw it, and I'm going to accidentally throw it directly onto my feet.
Whoops.
Oh no!
You pull
threw
the
the
pin.
pin.
You
He threw
pull
the
the pin.
pin.
You set up your slingshot. You pull it back. Critical failure. It just lands at your feet.
I threw the pin instead of the grenade.
Yes,
Oh my god.
he threw the pin. He dropped the grenade.
I didn't know what I don't know really what to know what to do at this point. Boom, 5d10.
Technically,
Then all of my
you
other
can't
grenades
instantly-
go off at the same time.
Oh shit!
45
Imagine
d10.
that they're in your bag of holding and you pull them out.
Just pull the pin of 1 and stick it in the bag of holding.
How about you shut up?
I'll keep this pin for later. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that connected to something?
Yeah, instead of
I
throwing
feel like
the
I'm
pin,
forgetting something
you
really
pull the
important.
pin, you're meant to throw the grenade, but put the grenade in the bag.
Like, isn't that unfortunate?
Yeah. So you kind of do have your choice on how you want the explosives to work.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you can have a fuse, and even pulling a pin is basically lighting a fuse.
Mm-hmm.
You can have some sort of an impact detonation thing, or you can kind of
Awesome Dex or
create some kind of a magical detonator.
You need to make sticky grenades eventually.
Well, and then the other thing is like, depending on what I mix into the black powder, I could do all sorts of stuff. Like if I could put I can mix some sort of flash powder into it and get a flashbang. I could
mix thermite.
make
Oh, yeah.
thermite
I just
or
realized I have forest tiles ready to go.
Well, I know that's good. I'll be able to make something. I have to make encounters. I haven't made encounters for it.
Ah, gotcha.
yeah,
And I'll make encounters all the way up.
Okay. 'Cause
I mean,
yeah,
I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I just haven't actually built them.
what I think we're gonna wind up doing is, since we've had like how many sessions in a row of just kind of moving around, getting information and talking, we're gonna go on the other side of the scale and just do combat.
Yeah,
Bite,
sounds
bite,
awesome.
bite.
This is going. You are assuming you stay in here. And
We
continue
have
this,
to, right?
You have you're going to have a lot of sessions of a lot of combat coming.
Can't fucking boss rush. Here we go.
We're actually required to stay until these challenges are complete before we can even think about moving on, right? Or
No,
even
we were
leaving.
told we could leave.
You were told you could leave.
Okay.
The main thing is right now the elevator's locked,
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, there's some sort
and
of.
it'll be locked until you pass the challenge.
Yeah.
Mm.
Once we pass,
But
we
you
can move
have-
around.
But you have your ability to teleport
Yeah.
as well. So you're not, prisoners
Right.
in here. I'm just
Got
saying that
We have at least a long rest in here.
technically the way this works is you release some test subjects here, and they can't go forward until they complete the task.
Riftborn Bloody Palace. Here we go.
oh god.
All right, I am going to stop the stream since we're coming to an end here.
For sure.
A little bit early. Just about. This will be the shortest session we've had so far. So I'm going to stop.